everybody and welcome to our channel. If you're new, you're so welcome. My name is Jane and my husband Michael is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, debt and mortgage free and living a thrifty, frugal and money saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And as it's Christmas, we have made some extra videos for you this year. Some thrifty, easy to make, certainly not expensive recipes from our house to yours, and we really hope that you enjoy them. Okay, let me run through my ingredients for my stuffed mushrooms. I've got quite reasonable sized mushrooms here, about the size of my hand. 3 is perfectly enough, and I would even say you could get away with 2 per person as this starter. So you'll see what I do with the mushrooms. And then I have pate. You can choose a rough pate. I've chosen a smooth pate, but it's lovely inside, and you'll see these when I've cooked. I'm also going to make 2 without pate, but I'm going to put a cheese filling inside them. So I've got a mixture of hard cheese. I've got cheddar here. I've got some hard Italian cheese, some Grana Padano. And with that, I'm going to mix in some cream cheese, and this is with garlic and herbs. So I'm going to mix those together, but just enough to fill 2 of the mushrooms. And you can use regular breadcrumbs on yours. I've never been able to find gluten-free breadcrumbs. You may where you live, but you can obviously use any breadcrumbs. What I do to make my breadcrumbs, and you'll see me do this, is I buy these little toasts, like little crackers. So you could use gluten-free crackers. And these are called biscottes here in France. And I'll put these, you can put these in a plastic bag and bash them with your rolling pin to make breadcrumbs. I'll put them in my food processor. I'm then going to, and you'll see what I do, I will need some flour. I've got a couple of beaten eggs, and obviously my breadcrumbs. So those are my ingredients. You can season your breadcrumbs. I've got some Italian seasoning here. So you can see here, I've got rosemary and garlic. So rosemary, oregano, basil and rosemary. Sorry, I was reading the French there and translating in my head. So that's what's going to go into my breadcrumbs for seasoning. You don't have to season it, but I would say a good squirt of black pepper in there would really make a difference. So those are my ingredients. So you can use any pate, you can use a vegetarian pate, you can make a cheesy filling, or you could put any meat in there, but you'd need to cook it a bit longer if the meat wasn't cooked. If you had any spare meatballs that you've cooked and not used, cut the meatball in half, stick it in there. Mix a bit of cheese in with it as well. Great way of using up leftovers. And you'll see when I plate this, they really are a show-stopping starter. They look way more complicated than they are. But you'll see me make these and go, wow, that is just so simple. I'm going to bake these in a hot oven, so I'm going to spray them with oil. So I have oil sprays here. I bought these back from the UK when I went there. Sorry, anybody watching in France, I've not seen these here, but you can just drizzle them with oil. Or you can fry them in a shallow pan. So I'm going to get preparing and then get cooking. you wonder what I do with the stalks, these will just get popped in a freezer bag, popped in the freezer, and they'll be added to anything that needs mushrooms next time, and I will just chop them up. Usually add them to something like a casserole because it adds flavour to it. So they won't go to waste, they're going in a freezer bag and into the freezer. As we don't like waste in this kitchen, what I'm going to do with the eggs is I'm going to pop them in the microwave and scramble them, and they will go into my dog's bowl tonight along with their food, so they won't get wasted. And as the breadcrumbs are now covered in beaten egg, and I can't use those again really, I am going to put those out for the birds. It's November here, I'm feeding the birds are hungry, so that's where those breadcrumbs are going to go. So they're not going to get wasted either. And there's my stuffed mushrooms. I found it easier to spray them with a light oil. It completely coated them and I could get it all over them. I will wipe the tray of the oil because otherwise it will burn and smell. And these are going to go into the oven at 180, which I think is about 350 Fahrenheit. So 180 centigrade, 350 Fahrenheit. I will watch to make sure that these are all crispy and cooked. Mushrooms do not need a lot of cooking. I don't want them to be soggy, but I want them to be all crispy and golden. And what's there in there, I'm just going to plate up a little bit of salad because I think it's great to have. I'm going to make these as my Christmas lunch starter, but I actually think these could make a great snack meal if you just want something light, or if you wanted to add to this, you could have this with maybe some baked potato or maybe some rice salad, but I'm just going to make this with a bit of salad. So they're into the oven now. And here are the finished stuffed mushrooms. You'll know when they're cooked because it goes all gooey, and as you cut it open you can see what it looks like. So let's cut the pate one open. There you go. It's all hot and gooey. And it's the same with the cheese. And there they are. So there's the finished result. Stuffed mushrooms. You can stuff them with anything you like. They make a great starter or a light supper, but we're going to have them with our Christmas lunch as our starter.
Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, could you hit the like button please? We love all of your comments and we read every single one of them. From Mike and I, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.